put our songs. There's a spot for it, and it says songs and poems. And then if they didn't have that CD at home, they can still sing the songs. So every section they go home with, like I put this one as songs and poems. And then for each letter, that's where it goes. After they highlight it, and I keep, we haven't done the dictionary part of it because we didn't have time, but now that's an activity that we can use at the end of the year, and they're going to understand it 10 times more than when we first started. I always have trouble with kids writing, and I know that Jazzles is concerned about how children write. And I have found out that if I push them at the beginning, they aren't ready for it. If parents have provided the activity and they like it, that's wonderful. But if they don't, guess what? I just wait till January, and then I start with the letters, a little bit more writing, and they're neat, and they care, and they write. But it's a kind of a developmental kind of thing. So that's how I put Jazzles in. My name is Diane Peterson, and I give permission on behalf of the Finley Sharon School and the parents of the children of my kindergarten class for Len Anthony Smith and his assignees to use the audio and visual materials recorded on March 28, 2008 for any and all purposes that relates to the promotion of Jazzles. The first time I saw it, Jazzles, was in November, and I was able to purchase it for my classroom. And after my students took their songs home in their big book and started singing it to their parents, the parents were just awestruck at how they followed along with their finger. And they said they didn't know the tune, but they wished they could hear the music. And so they told me this at parent-teachers conferences in November. And they said, how can we get the CD? And I said, well, I bought it. I'll call that company again and see if we can purchase them in a group to save on the cost. And they were very excited to do that, and all 10 of the parents responded. And that's how I made a connection with Jazzles in Australia. And I was able to, they gave me the CDs for my students, and the students took them home and have been singing them since Christmas. What I did was, with the Jazzles songs in the CD, I made the rest of the songs in a 3-ring binder so they would go in alphabetical order, and I also put them in a plastic sheet so they wouldn't get ripped, because the kids are very hard on them. They sing them over and over and over again. And in fact, I found out that my students know so many of the songs so much better than I do because they listen to them just about every day. And that really promotes reading, because music, it gives the students a good feeling in the heart. And when they have that good feeling in the heart, it gives a purpose to looking at the words. And that's what I think Jazzles is all about, because the music, each song is so different. The way that it's done, the kids never get bored. One day we did it for 45 minutes, and that was in the morning, because they just kept on going, and we did not know it was dinner time. Nobody had asked, is it dinner time? They just loved the Jazzles songs. And when I saw how much my students loved the songs, I thought of my own daughter, because I didn't have these wonderful songs. I had the nursery rhymes. And of course I love singing, so I went, Jack and Jill went up the hill, with my own daughter. And I did that from the day she came home with me, because somebody had given me a gift of Richard Scarry's Mother Goose books, and they were so large that they said that babies could look at the figures. Well, my daughter loved it so much from the music that when she was 1, 2 years old, she would follow along with her fingers, which is called one-to-one correspondence. And so I knew my daughter was able to read before she was 5 years old. So when I saw the Jazzles songs do this, I thought, this is exactly what the kids of today need, because somehow the parents don't think that the Mother Goose is up to date. And many of them don't know them, the parents don't know them, they don't know the songs, and then as kindergarten teachers we're told, why don't you do the songs for the children? And they really are good, and they have been good for a long, long time. But I think our kids are advancing so much more because they listen to more radio, television, the computer, everything is just so much faster. And these songs are each one are so different that it catches the kids, and they don't even know how they're reacting to it because they're internalizing it, and then after they've done that, then they start moving to it. And so I'm so thankful that I was able to get those CDs for this group, even though I have a small group of children, because it doesn't make any difference if you have a large group or a small group. Children need a variety of ways of learning how to read. And when I think of my one little student, she has not been able to learn the letters of the alphabet, but she knows 12 sounds. And her favorite song is Tigers, Terrified of Tigers. And music is probably going to be the way she's going to learn how to read. I think she's going to have to learn the songs, and then we're going to have to take the words out of the songs that she likes and teach her that way. She will be repeating kindergarten, but my administrator already says we have to have Jazzles in the classroom. I'm retiring, but I know I'm leaving my room in the hands of Jazzles, because the teachers, a teacher coming into this room will just welcome it, because she won't have to work, or he won't have to work too hard, because Jazzles has everything in it. And we have a basal reader. They need to know 36 words before they leave my room. And they have to know all of their sounds. They're supposed to be able to, in blending, we do all of that. But because of Jazzles, it's just so much more interesting to the kids, interesting to the teachers, and the manual that goes along with this is very thick. So you can just kind of use it as a cookbook. The kindergarten teacher can use it as a cookbook. What do you think is best for your class? Who needs what? And then she can plan her lesson plans. Like I was talking before, I said, I wish I was 21 and I was just coming into teaching kindergarten, so I could use Jazzles on all of the children that I've used for the past 20 years. So, and I had done the same thing that Jazzles had done, but I had done it to the nursery rhymes or some common song, this old man, he played one, and I changed the words to it. And the kids loved it because they love music. But with Jazzles, there's so much to choose from, and the songs are so good. So that's why I recommend it. In fact, there's one thing I was talking about. I think Jazzles is so important that every opportunity I have, I make an effort at helping people to know about it.
The most fun that I have had with my kids has been listening to the music from the Jazzles product. In fact, a lot of times we put it on when my son's in the bathtub, and it really is a product that parents can enjoy and not get so overly tired of hearing over and over again. The variety in the music is really a treat, and you catch yourself singing it, and some of it will stick into your own head and find yourself humming it other parts of the day. My sister actually would love to get a copy of it herself. Her daughter's going to school in another community, and she said, I think she would benefit from this so much, and she's never going to have anything like that. So I'm hoping that we can do that, get a copy for her. My daughter is in 2nd grade, and she's very, very jealous that they never had Jazzles and that they had to learn the traditional alphabet and singing the traditional alphabet song. But Diane has been using it in their music classes, and so she comes home and she will reinforce all of this with our kindergartner, who was like, yeah, guess what song we learned today? And usually Maddie has heard it, and so we'll just encourage him to sing along with her. So it's been a good thing. It's a very good product. I recommended that she give a copy to all of the parents, actually, because I wanted to hear more. It was really cute coming from my 2nd grader, and my son would be singing it, and I maybe didn't quite catch the tune or understand. And so when my 2nd grader was singing it, I'd realize, oh, that's what she's talking about. And I told Diane it probably would go a little farther if every family had their own copy and could play it at home. And then they were nice enough to give us this worksheets that had all of the words, and there were some coloring sheets too, so it really reinforced everything, and our son really enjoys it. He talks about the music and you know, just, well, especially the Tiger song. That's been one of their favorites. So we've really enjoyed this kindergarten year because she's been using this product. My son, I think, has had more trouble pronouncing or with some of his speech learning, especially like the letter L. And that particular song that features the letter L has helped him to catch on how that letter is supposed to sound. Otherwise, he would give it a different sound. It would come out like a W. And so I think had he not had a chance to be singing these songs and using all of the neat phonetic awareness with these songs, he wouldn't have caught on and kind of fixed his speech impediment as quickly as he has. So it's been fun.
The Jazzles singing has helped Skyla to read, to learn how to read. She's improved her vocabulary incredibly.